This is going to be a tarot reading for free questions. So this is a good time to get a free reading from me. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a tarot reader and intuitive coach. Excuse me. It's been a minute since we've done free questions. Let's see if this is even a good time. Let's see the traffic. If I was prepared, I would have probably done a little bit of an astrology clip, but we're just winging it currently. Let's do some collective messages. Show me a collective message while we wait for people to enter the room. If you're in the chat, tell everyone in the chat where you're from. Can I talk today? Mercury retrograde, you guys. This might not even be a good time to be on for me. I have so many mercurial placements. I mean, we can talk about that. You guys want to talk about Mercury retrograde? I feel like there's enough of that information around, right? Observation. Okay. Tell me more. Dominance. Okay. Grief. Since we just had a bunch of people enter the room, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a tarot reader and intuitive coach. And today would be a good day to ask a question to get a free tarot reading from me. So if you're interested, go ahead and drop a question in the chat. Also, if you don't mind, tell me where you're from, your name, unless you want to be anonymous or use your username. Whatever feels safest for you. Please double tap to like the video, all that good stuff. Right now we're doing a collective reading, just waiting for people to kind of jump on. This is not, I wouldn't say the normally scheduled time, but we don't really follow a schedule either. Anyway, I guess the energy for the collective isn't very surprising. It says dominance, survival, anomaly, and observation. And at the bottom of the deck, we have grief. So one of my niches is communicating with crows and all things magic with crows, apparently. I guess it comes from a past life. So far, I found it to be true. It didn't really take long. All I started doing was giving them snacks, bread, peanuts, seeds, all that good stuff. And then they started like gifting me things, like random little shiny things. So I found these decks very useful just because I do a lot of this, right? Show me more. Five of Swords. For the collective, not a great energy. Let me just say that. Winning at all costs. Don't like that. The Hanged Man. Six of Wands. And then I heard extreme narcissism. You know, that word gets thrown around a lot, but I feel like it's a gaslight to not acknowledge that it's definitely an epidemic, right? Okay, well, the collective message. So currently we're seeing symptoms of grief. Grief comes in waves, right? And I think they say that there's, is it 7 stages? If someone knows, put it in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, here they have 8, 9. 9 crows? And because of that, and this narcissism and winning at all costs energy, it's all survival. I don't want to say instincts, but I'm thinking more of the word on like tactics. And it creates a toxic enmeshment, energy, entanglement, codependency, all kinds of stuff. And that's why I think anomaly is here. The observation is saying how there's just straight up saying it, wrecking relationships. 3 of Pentacles is a teamwork effort. It's a team working cohesively to create a project, right? And I feel like the word collaboration is so overdone in this time and age, especially when it comes to reading this tarot card. I don't know why. But at the end of the day, it is about cohesiveness, teamwork, and yes, collaboration. And there's that saying, you know, no, that's not what they said. What did they say? Collaboration over competition, right? It's what makes the world go round. But we have the 7 of Swords here, which is an avoidance, deception, also getting caught. So all of that's being exposed. How much emotional manifestations actually matter. Apparently, that's the collective message I got. Does anybody have a question? This is a good time to get a free question from me because I don't always do it. Every now and then I'll like run like little mini promos on Instagram. But I've been trying to get away from Meta in general. So I don't know if I'm going to keep advertising something like that. Well, if you have a question, please drop it in the chat and I will get to you. I'll probably stay on for maybe about an hour-ish. Please double tap to like the video. Yes, thank you for the heart emojis. We are doing free tarot questions. I do psychic channeling, so if you have questions about your goals, the future, the love of your life, who you're going to marry, if the person you're currently with is the one, if you have questions about your pet, if you wonder if your manager sucks, I can answer all kinds of questions, any question. The cards can talk all day. I could really do this all day. I think the hardest part for me being a reader is when to say no and when to stop. Because yeah, you can pull storyline after storyline and just keep going all day, and it does make me tired, you guys. That's why I have to set extreme limits and boundaries for myself. And I also don't read for anyone and everyone. So if you give me attitude, if you're rude, if you're a bully, if you're mean, trust me, I'm not hurting that bad to succumb to that kind of behavior. We just won't do it. No, we won't go. Your love of your life, Neptunian 1. Your question, can just anyone use tarot cards? Technically, yeah. I mean, you have the free will to go buy a tarot deck. Anybody can buy a tarot deck and get some kind of message out of it because most tarot decks come with like a pamphlet and like basic information. Is everybody meant to be a psychic reader that reads for others? No. And I talk about that kind of stuff a lot, so that's a discussion for a different day. For now, we're doing questions. Can you give me a shout out for me? I lost my tooth last night. Congratulations. Do you have anything for me in the next 3 months? Tracy. Hi, welcome. Tracy. We'll get to Tracy, and then we'll do Neptunian, and then Cassie. And if I don't remember that, you might have to drop it in the chat again, depending on the traffic flow. It just kind of depends. So, who did I say? Tracy. The next 3 months for Tracy. Show me the next 3 months. The next 3 months for Tracy. We got the Hierophant, the Ace of Cups. Wow. Lucky you, Tracy. How does that rarely ever just comes out like that? First reading, and oh my gosh, you are freaked out. 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, 9 of Wands, Death, Page of Pentacles. Ah, yes. Well, something that they're kind of highlighting is your attachment style and love. So I don't know if you've been kind of thinking about love stuff. There's also something about self-care and how you take care of your health that's being highlighted. You've definitely been through it, Tracy. But you're not your wounds, and I'm hearing a tiger has earned its stripes. So maybe this is your excuse for maybe pushing love away. But there is love here. Someone wanting to give you a commitment. They're coming. They're coming, Tracy. Oh, King of Pentacles. Dang, what a good reading. That's so nice. That rarely happens. A great reading, the first thing. Great cards, Tracy. I mean, to summarize, is all this going to be easy, your situation? No. Is it supposed to happen and be abrupt? Yes. You can't plan everything, and maybe you're one of those people that have a very significant Taurus placement. So you might be a little fixed in nature, and I have a Taurus Venus, and I'm also an Aquarius Sun, so trust me, I get it, I know. This like Piscean energy that we've been in, you guys, has not been fun for me. So I see that transition with you, Tracy. At some point, you know, I'm really big about like calming your nervous system for manifestations, and I kind of feel like that's what you're going through, Tracy. So if you've been like in this transition of like, oh my gosh, why is it so slow? Trust me, it's going to pick up, and you're going to wish that you didn't say that because it's going to move really fast. But everything that you've been manifesting is actually coming in. You might even be a manifestor generator. So, if that's true, if you know your human design, let us know, because fascinating, fascinating. Love it. Good for you, and you're so welcome. Let's see. Neptunian. Your love life currently. Show me Neptunian's love life currently. Goodness gracious. That's some dense energy, Neptunian. Let me just say, obviously, is it obvious that you have a Neptunian significant placement in your chart? Because that's why I feel like I have to like kind of push through the energy. And if you guys like don't know astrology or know what the heck I'm talking about, like Neptunian energy is very foggy, if and more on like the shadow side. And it's not necessarily negative, but it is like the place of dreams, illusions. You know, the Matrix has a lot of layers. Neptunian energy. I would say that Neptunian placement is very significant at this time. 10 of Wands. A burden and a curse is what I heard. 10, no. Wait, yeah, I said 10 of Wands, 6 of Wands, King of Wands. Who's this? Very influential placement, right? High Priestess. There's that Neptune energy again. You might be like psychically connected to someone specific, and they might also have a significant Pisces placement is what I'm hearing. Trust the signs is what they're hearing. Or not what they're hearing. What I'm hearing, what they're saying. Gosh, I hate Mercury retrograde, you guys. Kills me. I try to push through and not let it stop me, though. And I'm just like, you know what? You're gonna mess up. Things are just gonna go wrong. The moon here. I'm getting the story of Eros and... who is that? Hold on a second. Let me grab my tablet. I don't want to let this go. Let me look it up because it's actually in my chart too, so I find this kind of interesting. It's very common for people's readings to mirror mine. The story of love story of Eros and who is it? Oh, Psyche. You guys know that? Look up this story. There's something about that going on in your life. Does it resonate? Oh, I'm so glad you say so. Well, if you're into astrology and birth chart digging, you should go check that out because the answer is literally there. Break the pattern, and it feels very twin flamey situation. And for those that don't believe in twin flame, I don't even want to argue with you. I just want to refer you to that story that I just showed, Neptunian 1 of Eros and Psyche, and that will tell you everything. And it reminds me of that TikTok audio that's going around, break the pattern and or the loop will repeat tomorrow. You guys on TikTok heard of that? I'm hearing that audio. Twin flame situation feels like. Oh, you'll have to come back and let us know how that goes. I'm excited because when you hit that breakthrough, I'm hearing Bardo. You'll probably never have to experience it again. It's like breaking a curse. So, hey, everyone that's having love issues, if you see yourself in loops, cycles, and a pattern, and you're looking for, where is the one? Do I even have a one? I could probably help you with that. Just FYI. Yes, you must break the pattern or the loop will continue tomorrow. Thank you. Sherman Duckley, 1744. Sherman Duckley. I'm not saying that right, am I? It's like breaking a curse, yes. Well, I applaud you. You're almost there. You're so close. And there's a lot in this astrology that talks about fate and destiny, and I feel like that's very you right now. Who did I have after that? Man, when I channel you guys, it just like flows. Katie B. Divorce / hearing very soon. Can you tell me? Yes, I actually want to answer your question. But I had another name. One second. Sorry, I'm scrolling. If you know my... that's not really a tarot question. That's like a guessing game. How do you know? How do you know? Love of my life. Can just anyone use tarot cards? Who was after? So we did Neptunian. Katie. Let's do yours. So I don't give legal advice, just a disclaimer. So I don't, liability. But what's funny, you guys, if you're curious about my awakening story, how I became a tarot reader, because it wasn't always a thing, going through like the legal process was a huge part of my awakening. So do I offer assistance and guidance in that way? I mean, I can, but I'm supposed to say that I don't. Every tarot reader on YouTube is supposed to say that we don't do anything for medical, legal, obviously go to a doctor if you feel like you need to, but can I answer those questions? Absolutely. Show me Katie. Her divorce hearing very soon. Let's see what's going on. Knight of Pentacles. Not shocking. It's all about the long-term game. 3 of Cups. Friends around you that can help. The Chariot. It's all about alignment. 3 of Swords. Oof. Oof. You're gonna have to refine your circle first and foremost. Queen of Wands. You might be kind of upset about some things. You might want things to move more quickly than they are, which is very common in court. Let's be real. Judgment. 9 of Wands. The High Priestess. 5 of Wands. Is Katie in the chat? Katie, if you're still here, I'm going to continue your reading when you drop in the chat that you're still here, because there's actually a lot of messages in here for you. Because it's not just your 3 months. Like, I feel like this leaks into 2 years. Thank you so much, Allie. Your story sounds familiar. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate that. Yes, he does. Is Katie in the chat? Because she's got some crazy messages. Katie, your divorce. Where is she? Your last hearing? It's your last hearing, but I don't think you're really prepared for the other events that are going to play out and interconnected to that event playing out. Just FYI. I do feel like you're going to feel bounded. If you, like, in any way have an inkling that things are unfair, yes. If you feel like you should have your guard up, yes. People that you think you should cut out, yes. Like, I feel like I'm seeing like basically a flash flood is what I'm imagining, and that's what's kind of happening to your life. Let it happen, surrender, let it go. And it might even have to do a little bit with something of not necessarily emotional regulation, but having the wisdom of knowing what you can control, and the situation is absolutely not it. You might be dealing with someone that's like hot-tempered, immature. Page of Wands. I hope that answers your question, but I didn't see you in the chat, so I'm not going to go too far. Cosmic Scholar R. Yeah, I'm totally up to like answering questions that don't require a card pull either, you guys. If you have like random like about me questions or like divination questions, I guess, I'm willing to try to answer it to the best of my abilities. So Cosmic Scholar R said, hey, could you do a 3-card spread, past, present, future, just to see what the cards say about my current situation? So you just want like a specific spread. So I'm actually not that kind of reader. And it's funny because my mentor is, but she can also do both. She's more into like spreads, and I kind of just let them fall, and I more so channel, but we can. So Cosmic Scholar are the past, 5 of Swords, the present, Knight of Swords, the future, the High Priestess. Moving into calmer waters, you might have been in a situation that was manipulative, power play, winning at all costs. Those are kind of the basic terms of the 5 of Swords. Knight of Swords, getting out of a situation. 1111 in the room in chat. 3 of Pentacles. You have a guide around you. I don't know if you're aware of this. I feel like you are aware of this. Maybe sometimes you question it. But they're trying to offer you something. You also, if it's not a love opportunity, it's a project, but I do feel like there's some kind of interest in a person. Maybe it's something that you've, if it not dreamt of before, maybe just, there's a lot of overthinking in the situation. Someone's more emotionally invested than they're saying. Moving on. I hope that helps. You're welcome. The project. Show me the project. They said no. Do you want me to tell you why? One of your lessons is communication. So you're learning some kind of, like, you won't, and you can't, like, learn it unless you go back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So as a healer and a reader, I try to stay out of, like, people's free will, the choices, and the lessons that they go through. So whenever, like, a tarot reader is like, oh, it's a lesson, blah, blah, blah. Literally, dude, sometimes they don't tell me why. They don't tell me why. Sometimes they do, and I'll tell you, but sometimes they don't. I'll try. You know? It'd be like that. I just work here. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you for understanding that. You get it, you get it. Especially, like, if you're someone that does divination yourself and has experience with other readers. Pre-8. Could you please check how Tishar perceives Priya? Cosmic Scholar Art. It's basically, I might be getting messages for a collab, but I'm not interested. It did show a disinterest, but I think you might be missing the opportunity because there's something that leads to something else that you want. So it might not look like something that you want at first, but honestly, the guidance, I would encourage being in receptivity. So the Empress is yin. It means you're laid back, you're accepting of what's coming in. So yes, you know, not everything that you attract is something that you should, but the guidance is, maybe it could look good. We all know what the Empress represents, right? It's something that's gonna grow. Show me Tishar and how, you're welcome. Tishar perceives Priya. I'm here new and liking the way you are doing readings. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I had time and I was like, is right now a good time to come on, Spirit? And they said, yeah. And I'm like, okay. I usually don't operate like that. So it's been interesting leaning more onto my Sagittarius North Node. Show me perception. What does she need to know? Page of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, King of Cups, the Emperor, Two of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Well, they feel like they're not enough for you. Do they have feelings for you? Yes. Yes. Do they want to reconcile? Do they want to restart? Also, yes. Honestly, I don't even know if you're aware of this, but it kind of looks like you're rejecting this person. Maybe I'm hearing nitpicky, so maybe you're highly critical of how this person shows up or something, or maybe they just, like, think this about you. They're very sensitive to just you in general, your opinion and everything. But they see you as, like, solid. Queen of Pentacles is a really good energy to be in. Someone that's stable, secure, knows how to handle money, probably has more than one income, if not, at least pays all her bills on time, and also knows how to take care of other people. I don't know if they probably might have, like, not communicated this with you because, I don't know, for whatever reason, they're not the greatest at emotionally expressing here, and I think that's the lesson. What you don't see coming is that you also have the same lesson. So I'm also getting another storyline of attachment styles. So if you don't know your love attachment style, go Google it, research it, look it up, do some tests. And from there, I'm really big on self-study. And that's really what tarot is about, right? It's raising collective consciousness. It's self-study. It's self-improvement. It's not just, oh, how does this person feel about me? It's how do I become in the frequency and vibration to attract what I want, and you have to show up in that way as well. So something to think about. I know I missed a few in the chat. You're just gonna have to drop it in again. But I hope that answers your question pre-8. Does Mersht love me? Show me for Rizia. Rizia. Show me for Rizia. What's going on for Rizia? You're welcome. Show me Rizia. Does Mersht love them? 6 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Oof. I heard they love their own ego more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that hurts. Please don't shoot the messenger, please. I was like, the Tower's here. 7 of Swords, 6 of Wands. Honestly, they kind of suck. They kind of suck. 6, 7. Ugh. 6 and 8. Oh. Interesting, though. Very interesting story. I mean, I guess I answered your question, but out of curiosity, I just keep digging. But it feels like this person has been around for a while. And if they haven't, it feels like a community, like, I don't know, maybe workplace, environment, whatever. I'm also hearing like demisexual and sabisexual, so take what resonates. Like, you guys like have a different connection, and I think that's kind of what's confusing about the whole thing, is that there's layers to this dynamic. So it's not that there's not love here, except that's not really what the cards suggest. But there is a loyalty, there is a bond, and there is a common goal. And that's something that Spirit's highlighting here for whatever reason. And then I heard redefining. So I don't know, maybe this is like redefining like your, I heard conditions on love. Do you have conditions on love? Or your ideas on love? And, you know, all relationships are different. Like, you know, just because you get into another relationship with someone else, like, obviously that dynamic is going to be completely different. Like, obviously the dishes you guys pick out together are going to be completely different. The living room will be different. The things you guys choose to do together will be different. And I feel like maybe you were caught in the space of having this fixed template, quote unquote, of a relationship with every person that you've been with. Apparently, Spirit is saying no more. So get that idea out of your head. And maybe this could be good. It's a possibility. I just think that you might need to approach and look at this completely different and less of a, I'm hearing Bridgerton, romantic kind of way. Interesting reading. You're welcome. Thank you. You have a nice day as well. Pre-8. New subscriber. Hi, welcome. Yes, please double tap to like the video if you can. Please like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I've been doing more live streams and shorts, but eventually I'll get into other videos and timeless videos. Oh, something I do plan to do, you guys. So and let me know in the chat what you guys think of this, but I wanted to do more, since I do more channeling, less tarot and more painting. And I don't know if you guys have seen those before, but there are some of those on YouTube where they paint and they're able to channel at the same time. I also am able to do that. And that's actually how I got started into tarot in the first place, was not just getting a tarot deck. It was about watercolor and drawing and art in general. And I came across the strength card. And from there, I found out that I could channel. And so I'm trying to go back to that and get more in touch with my creativity. And honestly, creativity and spirituality go hand in hand. So let me know what you guys think about that, or if you're just like into the cards. But like, I'm honestly kind of curious what will come out when I paint, because I have no idea. And I kind of feel like, I don't know, I just feel different when I use watercolor compared to other art elements. So and then I kind of thought about like maybe eventually selling those art pieces, because I closed my Etsy down. I don't know if you guys know, but I had an Etsy for about 5 to 6 years, and the fees are just stupid and ridiculous. And eventually I moved more towards tarot, because that was what was producing more income at the time, and it was helping me and helping other people. And so art went on the back burner. Now I want it to come to the forefront, especially because my kids are getting older and my youngest son is getting more in touch with his artistic niches. And so, you know, I want to practice what I preach. I don't want to just like sit on the sidelines and see people create around me. I also want to do it for myself. And you know, sometimes it's been hard to like figure out my pace with that as a spiritual coach and someone that like wants to help people, you know, find their purpose, you know, live more in vibration and fulfillment and happiness and all that good stuff. That sometimes I need to say no more, and sometimes I need to be like, okay, it's okay to like, you know, switch gears and do something different. It's okay. Like I've thought about like, you know, adding schooling onto my plate and getting more into the herbal witch stuff. Like this isn't just like you know, I read tarot and it's about your ex and who's on your mind. This is a whole lifestyle for me, you guys. It's a whole lifestyle. Brandon's in the room. We needed a moderator, to be honest. Welcome in. Like, number, angel guidance? You want angel guidance? I don't have my angel cards out, but I mean, it's all the same, right? Let's see what your guides want to say. Like, number 14, angel guidance. What do the angels want to say? Show me the angels. Queen of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Judgment. So this isn't very surprising to me because we're in a retrograde, but they're suggesting that there's something that is coming around from a pattern you've been in before. It's not a bad thing. I would say it's a good thing. It's just having the self-awareness to walk away from something and recognizing it and choosing differently. So if you know what that is, it's saying to choose differently. One of the things that could be different about the situation is talking about priorities. So I'm hearing like budgeting, accounting, bills. I don't know why I heard Netflix, Hulu. So maybe you're looking at canceling subscriptions or adding subscriptions, or things that make your life comfortable and practical. And you could be hashing this out with another person. Like this couldn't just be you. This could be if it's not a romantic situation, it could be like a boss or a manager. Like negotiations is what I'm hearing. Something that you manifested. So your angels want you to know that the things that you've been thinking about and praying about, definitely manifesting. I would look at your human design chart, just FYI, because it feels like you're a powerful manifester. I hope that helps. Brandon Bailey, Allie, if you have Astro Matrix, my name's the same as CoStar. I do not. I deleted my CoStar and I since have not replaced it with any other of those astrology birth chart apps, but I want to. I just haven't had the time, but like eventually maybe, yeah. You might have to remind me again, Brandon. I'm not really in the space to do that, but I have been like doing a lot of studying with the charts. Right now, my main focus has been actually my kids' charts, so that's been very interesting. You're welcome. Oh, it's about your career. It looks very good. Very good cards. Hi, Sydney. And Rita. I'm going to say Rita. Like number 15. Prakash Agarwal or Harwish. Who is genuine towards Rita? Okay. Hi, Maria Grace. Welcome in. Slow down a little bit. Brandon's our only moderator right here, right now. Slow down a little bit. So, Rita. Show me Rita. Who is genuine towards Rita? I heard Harish. Water sign. 4 of Cups. The person that's a little more boring. I also got the Chariot. Maybe a Cancer? I'm occupied a little bit too, so hard with me. Oh, no worries. It's not like super busy. You guys will just have to kind of have to be patient with the process. Knight of Swords, Death. You'll figure out who to commit to. You might be in denial for a little bit. Highly recommend closing out any cycles with anyone else. So if you have your options open, I would get very clear about your expectations. If not just like expectations, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you like haven't had that talk about relationship yet, but I see that here as well. A choice needs to be made. And you'll find out soon. There's new information coming. So I hope that answers that question. Will Navi open up to me this week? It is a good time for them to come back and speak their piece, right? And like, I honestly cannot stand the readers and astrologers and everybody that fear mongers Mercury retrograde. Like, yes, they're going to come back around and no, you can't stop it. If you block it, I don't know if like avoiding and not, like, I don't think that's the answer. I do think there's a level of communication and conflict resolution that goes hand in hand with Mercury retrograde, and that's really the lesson. And so all the people that are telling you to like watch out for your ex, block them, don't deal with them, learn the lesson, I think it has more to do with you. So you might want to look in the mirror and be like, okay, why is this showing up? What is this supposed to teach me? Take a knee. And then usually it won't repeat again. And if it does, usually it gets quicker and faster every time. So I look at it as like a pat on the back of like, okay, energetic check-in. How far have I come? Because it goes every season, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, sorry for the rant. I talk about this a lot because I have so much Mercury placements. If it's not obvious, anybody on YouTube that has a podcast or on social media, bet that they have a significant Gemini placement. Bet your money. I would bet big money. And I could tell you that specific placement too. It would also depend like what house, but it's usually where it would end up. Show me Navi. What's going on with Navi and Sydney 4918? Show me Navi. Show me Navi. Page of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. I'm hearing delays. I don't know if it'll be this week. This might be a situation that goes into July. So you might want to Google when the next Mercury retrograde cycle happens again, because I'm hearing summer. Yeah, it's a series of events. There's Gemini again. I shit you not, you guys. The cards never lie. Yes, you guys will talk. Yes, you guys will open up. Will it be successful? I think it will be heavy. I don't think you're going to love what's transpired or what they have to say. Yeah, apparently they're saying there's a reason why it's playing out the way it is. So I would try to surrender control a little bit about any ideas or specific outcomes is what I'm hearing. Like, this might be stressing you out. The recommendation is to focus on your stability, priorities, and money. I hope that helps. Hi, Chelsea Daily 6714. Hey, like 17. We had Mary Grace 28. Hello, like 16. Is OP the Capricorn my soulmate? Show me Mary Grace 28. Show me the Capricorn person. Is this person their soulmate? Show me Mary Grace. Knight of Cups. Three of Wands. The Fool, Ace of Pentacles. Yes. The Lovers, King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Short answer, Mary Grace 28. Yes. Yeah, actually looks really good. You guys might have like a very similar, I don't know if it's like earth placement, but there's something about your guys' charts. Like if you guys did a synastry chart, you'd be able to see that you guys complement each other very well when it comes to the way you handle money matters and things in the home. Looks good. I love Capricorns, dude. I don't blame you for falling in love with one. Let's see. Chelsea Daily. Am I very protected right now? Felt evil eye. Huh? You're welcome. I swear I'm psychic. I had a feeling you would be on today. Brandon Bailey? Yeah, probably. I mean, we're all connected, right? But I mean, if you're, you know, Brandon comes from Miriam's network, but I feel like if you found Miriam, more than likely you probably have some kind of psychic gifts. Let's be real. At least that's like what I've noticed, everybody that's attracted to Miriam's network. Thank you so much. I'm a Virgo, both earth signs. Oh, no way. See, I knew it. I knew it. Chelsea Daily, 6714. I don't know how to formulate that question, but show me what's going on. Nine of Wands, the Empress. Yes, you are divinely guided and protected. And you might know this, that, oh gosh, oh, how interesting. Okay, let's talk about this, you guys. Do you have a significant 12th house placement? Because I do. And so there's something about, like, people showing up a certain way, and then you kind of seeing through the BS and the patterns, and then them kind of, like, reacting and hurting you, and then you feeling like you're at a loss of an investment kind of thing. And so what I've noticed about 12th house placements, you guys, what's crazy about this placement, yes, we have hidden enemies. Yes, it sucks. But we also have hidden blessings. One of those blessings is when people do us dirty, all we have to do is lean back and not do shit, and the universe will take care of it. It's like, it's a spiritual thing. You have guides around you, Chelsea, that are recognizing the toxicity in your environment. But there's also an acknowledgement of a certain, well, I don't want to say that, a certain amount, they're saying laziness. So I want to say, like, more so you might have been stubborn about where you plant yourself. And I'm also hearing ideas. So depending on, like, the ideas that you're standing on, I would just, like, be careful of that. I don't even know what they're talking about. So take what resonates. But, you know, this might have something to do with, like, moving. Like, you might be better off, like, not being around this community, people, or group. But yeah, if you've been feeling someone sending you the evil eye, you would be correct. But you're fine also. You're not for sure. Well, they definitely validated it. Opal Kirker. No, this was for Chelsea Daily. Sit back and relax, right? Empress energy. Magic tarot cards. Hey. Hey. Please, how does R currently feel about me? Show me Opal 4491. How does this person feel about Opal 4491? How does this person feel about Opal? The Empress. It's coming out a lot today. The Moon. I'm hearing intimidated. So they might be a little fearful. Yeah. Feels like a past life soul connection as well. They have like some kind of like fearful avoidant tendencies. But they're not a bad guy either. Their love language is money. Their love language is gifts. They might, I don't know, you might not be used to this. You might have a hard time receiving, so you might want to get more into receptivity mode. Otherwise, this connection might sabotage, but I feel like you have an idea that this could be something. And I would say, based on the cards, that would be correct. Pretty solid cards. The biggest thing is self-sabotage and fear. I hope that answers your question. Like 18. Starboy. Thank you. He was so off with me on the phone today. You're welcome. It looks like he's planning something that he doesn't want you to know, but it doesn't look like a shady or bad thing at all. But it does feel like he might do that push-pull thing where he gets close and then he kind of like focuses on his money kind of person. I'm telling you, man, it's an avoidance epidemic. It's ruining good connections. They gotta stop that. Stop it. Show me Starboy. What's going on here? Sam loves Priya. I'm not sure of your question. What's going on with Starboy? Yes, this so sounds like him. Those King of Pentacles, man. I mean, I love the King of Pentacles, but you gotta be like really secure within yourself. You gotta have hobbies. Like, because this guy will want to make money and do work so he can provide for you to, and it's kind of silly, right? You go off to work to make money so you can spend time with the ones you love. And this guy, most King of Pentacles, they have a hard time saying no and knowing when to stop, right? And that's when you become a King of Pentacles in reverse. So it didn't look like he was quite there, but, you know, they do struggle. Just like any other archetype, right? Show me Starboy. Hi, Mackie Ken. I remember you. Four of Wands. Seven of Pentacles. Ten of Wands. Ten of Swords. The Four of Cups. Judgment. Loves. Yes. Yes. But there is like a distortion here. I'm hearing limerence. You're welcome, Chelsea Daily. I would say the recommendation for Starboy, lean more on the friendship of things, which is very Pluto and Aquarius, right? If you guys don't know Aquarius energy, we're known for our friend groups. And if it's not for friend groups, it's being a lone wolf and how particular we are with our groups in general. Because sometimes it's like networking as well. And so I'm getting a lot of that here. Being weird? Who? Being weird? That's very aqua. Oh, yeah, yeah. Aquariuses are known for their non-conventional taboo relationships, right? I'm an Aquarius sun, and if you guys just like hear my love history, I'm just like that there's been no like normal situation. Let's just say that. And I do fall in love with friendship. Like, I think friendship is the deepest intimacy. Because, I mean, you're not always gonna like each other. You know what I'm saying? So that friendship loyalty is really important. So that's what you can be expecting. I hope that answers your question. Rita, when will I meet my soulmate? I can't get a girl to see that. I know. I know. You'll have to find yourself an Aquarius, Brandon. Show me Rita. When will they meet their soulmate? Timing card? Can we get a timing card on a year? Soulmate. Rita. Six of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Ace of Wands. Oh. Who? So, Rita, your soulmate love situation is tied with childhood stuff, family stuff. So apparently there's something blocking your love life, and what needs to be repaired is a situation or childhood thing with your mother or a woman. You got Queen of Pentacles and the Empress. If you're a parent yourself, maybe not. But for whatever reason, they're kind of highlighting that. I'm also getting Sag energy here with the Temperance, but I hear more about a conversation that someone's defensive, or there's been pushback, confusion, someone being over emotional. But there is like a soulmate in your energy. I don't know if you've met them. They're not really giving me a year, because it's one of those things where, you know, you either repeat the cycle or you get out of it. And that's kind of your situation here. I'm really big about teaching people how to manifest their long-term partner, because I've been able to do it and it's so far been a success. I've also watched a lot of them fall apart, not taking my advice, just if not to say I know everything, but that's what the cards say, and I just go what the cards say. You know, I've made lots of mistakes in my life, trust me. My Bardo is very strong, and that's something that I've been trying to work out as well. And like I always say, astrology and tarot, it's all self-study. You guys can look up this information yourself. You don't need me to tell you. Go on AstroSeek, put in your birth chart information, and from there, if you do enough digging, if you take enough time, you'll be able to find some of those answers. It's crazy, you guys. So some placements that I recommend people check out when it comes to their love problems is their Taurus, their Venus, their Eros, their Psyche. There's also other specific asteroids, but I can't remember off the top of my head, but those are kind of like my favorite to look at, because especially with the twin flame culture, you know. Anyway, I'm kind of going on a ramble. I hope that answers your question, but you do have someone that's like pre-written for you. It's just a matter of healing those things for your manifestation. Brandon, if you have time, I wouldn't mind a general. Sure. Mackie Ken, question for timing on a new Home and job, thank you. Okay, one second. Let's do Brandon. Show me Brandon. General for Brandon. Show me general for Brandon. The moon, the strength, Knight of Wands. Whew, man, Brent. So much Gemini in your energy. Goodness gracious. It's hard for me to catch my breath sometimes. 4 of Wands in reverse. Okay. There might be something that ends up getting rescheduled. Maybe a doctor's appointment or something important if it's not that. Or it could have something to do with your car. I mean, mind you, we are in a Mercury retrograde, so it would impact those Gemini things. Brandon, your brain is very strong, just FYI. I don't think you understand just how strong it is. I know we've talked about meditation before, but they're bringing it up again. I would highly, highly, highly recommend trying to find a meditation that you can use on the daily, whether it's 5 to 10 to 30 minutes a day, and making it your ritual. I'm really big on rituals, and because of the recent eclipses, it would suggest that leaning on spiritual rituals would actually create more balance in your life, like more than you might even realize. There's something that you're trying to manifest, Brandon, but your brain keeps getting in the way, and it's those dang Gemini ruminating thoughts. And so the recommendation is to kind of calm down a bit so that you can figure out your next step. Because I do see a decision being made and your nervous system not feeling quite right about whatever that is. Is that making any sense? Let me know. Yeah, there's a pattern here. Polly, my friend Polly, he's one of my clients. He has free YouTube meditations. I think he comments every now and then on my videos, and if you come across it, it would look like Earth Heart Star Tarot, something like that, or Earth Heart Root Meditations. I can't remember. Don't quote me, because he's changed it a few times. But anyway, I could even send you a couple, but one of my favorites is Jeff Warren. And a couple of the ones that I lean on is the do nothing meditation and the concentration, because those are kind of the two things that I always struggle with. And there's something about his voice specifically. So like Brandon, I'm hearing like ear scratching. You might be like very particular to sounds. And so there might be like times where you might be like neurodivergently stimming. Do you know what that is? It's all squared away, and he's my Facebook friend, I think. Yes, I am. Very interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I forget where I left off, but anyway, yes, trying to pull yourself out of those patterns with like self-soothing and grounding methods. So another one I've used with my son is dry brushing. It's also something that you can do on your face, just FYI. It's called lymphatic drainage, and it's similar to gua sha, but it's not the stone, it's the dry brush. Maybe that might be good for you, Brandon, because it's grounding, and it also like helps with the lymphatic flow. And if we talk about the moon card here, we are impacted by the waters in our body. We're impacted every time the moon moves. So, Brandon, I know this sounds very woohoo, but let me know. Keep me posted as a friend. Like, just hit me up on Instagram, send me a message, and be like, hey, I tried it, and I did notice a difference, or I didn't notice shit. But anyway, try the dry brush or the gua sha just to test it out and see how you feel when those energies and those emotions go through you, and clock how you notice like things shifting and changing day by day, week by week. That's kind of what I do with like a lot of my coaching members that are going through like really big spiritual awakening shifts. And I kind of feel like wouldn't necessarily call this like an awakening shift for you, but this pattern is being highlighted because there's like energy, water stuck in your body. Anyway, I'm like really going in depth anyway. Anyway, I hope that helps, Brandon. They like gave me such like random specific messages for you. I think that's the first time I've had that message for someone on like dry brushing or gua sha. But I do it for myself, and I've definitely seen a difference. Mackie Ken, question for timing on new home and job. I gotta say, the past 8 weeks have been nothing but a physical, spiritual, and emotional roller coaster and pressure cooker. How have you been feeling about all the transits and eclipses? Yes, I'm right there with you. I'm here. I'm here. I showed up. I'm well. Is what I would say to that. I got my seatbelt on, baby, right? Yeah, bring it. I mean, I honestly kind of feel like I was placed on this timeline for a very specific reason, but I know like not everybody has that thing within them, but it's in my chart. It's called a yod, and I kind of feel like spiritually pulled towards something all the time, like there's a higher power like controlling everything. It's like the craziest feeling. But other people that have like a yod in their chart, they usually know what I'm talking about. But like I've been kind of just like, you know, pending as a manifestor generator, like observing everything that's playing out and just kind of calming my nervous system in the meantime, so that when I can or decide to take action, I can do it from a grounded, balanced place, which is like the best way to manifest, right? But I would say, yes, I felt it in like every directions hit all at once. And yes, it completely changed things and continues to change things, I think. We're growing at a very fast speed because of the Jupiter transits, you guys. And so everything is amplified right now. Any emotion, any thought, anything that you're working on. So if you're not intentional, well, you're gonna see what manifests when you're not, right? Oh, Dios mío. Okay, let's get to Mackie Ken's message. Question for timing on a new home and a job. Show me timing for a new job and new home. What are the obstacles, if any? What do they need to know about new home and new job for Mackie Ken? 7 of Cups, King of Cups, Knight of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, Chariot. Tell me more about this 7 of Cups. Star in reverse. Page 1's in reverse. What? Okay. They said to get a new realtor. Sorry. I hope your realtor doesn't get mad at me. So if you're, I don't know, if you've hired one, have you hired one? If you haven't, do it. If you did, they're not going to do a good job. Recommend doing someone else. They might. I'm also like seeing like a lot of immaturity going on in your workplace and like environment. Maybe that's why you're wanting to move. Maybe that's why you're wanting all the new job and new home. Okay, so what? I don't have a realtor. I've just been browsing. Well, the recommendation would to get one then. And I also see too many options. So it feels like too much fantasizing is a blockage. There's also something about procrastination on health. And so I don't feel like any specific timing cards because it feels like personal spiritual blockages, like spiritual lessons. However, 3 of Wands, King of Pentacles, I think you'll get there. like whatever you're manifesting, new job and new home, King of Pentacles. And I remember getting this for you before, Mac and Ken. There's something about like some of your, I don't know if it's a friend, someone you talk to or get advice from. I would like kind of get away from that. I don't know what their problem is. It might be envy, jealousy, but it's just immaturity, really. Well, my landlord tried to get us blown up by trying to illegally connect the gas without inspection. The pipes were leaking, and he still tried to get it turned on, so no hot water and heat for 40 days. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. What the heck? You guys know I've worked in housing. Like, that's like my main thing outside of this, right? Well, depending on your state and city laws, I would say that sounds very illegal. You might want to look into like nonprofit housing advocates and like see what your rights are, because I don't feel like you should be having to pay full rent without heat and hot water. Maybe they should, I mean, for me, if I were a landlord with all the money in the world and someone was going through that, I would dock off a month of their rent. I don't know why people don't. But, you know. Allie's putting in her 2 cents and stirring the ship pot. Show me more for Mackie Ken. The advocates told me effectively, since he only rents this unit with only 2 renters, it is up to us to reconcile it so they wouldn't intervene. Well, if you already gave him the rent, yeah, you couldn't reconcile it. My suggestion would be like, I can't legally say that. Like, you could like, you know, let me just say it's a violation of your lease. Go look at your lease contract and then look at the law and then make your decision from there. I would also maybe check out like pro bono help for an actual attorney that's willing to help you. Maybe. But I feel like that's kind of like the biggest thing. But I mean, it's gonna move. There is like, I feel like a lesson in discernment, Mackie Ken. Yeah, it is. It's a lesson in discernment of who knows what they're doing, is what they're saying. Interesting. I don't know why that's important. Apparently, this discernment is supposed to put you in the King of Pentacles energy, because the King of Pentacles, he doesn't just like become the King of Pentacles. You got to maintain that ish. Do you know how hard it is to be King of Pentacles? That's why he's old. That's why he's sitting like that. Have you guys ever noticed? All I know is that Spirit is saying it's time to leave. Yes, listen to Spirit, forget the logistics. You know, do your due diligence. But I think everything is working out the way it's supposed to. I'm sorry, I wish I could give more specifics. There are rights you have as a tenant depending on the country. Yes, yeah, depending where you are, you would have to do your own research, but I know I live in Washington State, Pierce County, and we're known for some of the worst real estate laws. Chrissy, I don't think I did. I don't think I did. What did you say? What's coming towards Chrissy in love in March? Show me love in March for Chrissy. Love in March. Love in March. They're wanting me to pull out one of my books, so hold on a second. Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. The World, Tower, Five of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Mercury retrograde at its finest. Well, you have someone coming back around if they haven't already. Whether a romantic offer, an apology, a talk, whatever it is, you're going to be in connection with them. What else? Oh, this is the one that flew. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, well, that's good. So there is an opportunity here to build something solid with someone. So if you're interested in a connection, could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. Also get earth sign, Gemini, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Technically, they're kind of all here. But as far as specific archetypes, Gemini, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Aries, Leo, Sag. Show me more. Whoa. Soar, Ghost, Curiosity, Play, and Bond in reverse. Sacred Space. Okay, very interesting messages. So, not to get like rated R on you guys, but they're talking about your guys' like your sexual play, just FYI. There's something important about that in this connection that I don't feel like you're really going to get anywhere else. But I feel like there's like a level of shame that blocks the connection from evolving and growing. So maybe that's something that you guys need to talk about. Whoever this person is to you, I hope that helps. There's just a lot of fickle energy, a lot of overthinking, and not enough direct communication and vulnerability, I would say. Well, whoever the person that ends up coming towards you, it might not necessarily be in March. It might just be in your energy right now. But they're talking about a very specific love connection with that storyline. I want a new knee so I can keep running for hours. I want that for you too, man. Do me. I want to see if that's real. I mean, I don't know if that's really a question. Hell no, I want new love. Oh. Well, I don't know. Here's my thing. Okay. So sometimes we say we want new love, and what you're calling in is a new dynamic. So I would just be careful what you're manifesting, because in the cards, it shows up as a new love. Ace of Pentacles, right? New opportunity, new. Mr. Clapper, 162. I want a new knee so I can keep running for hours. Okay, well, is this possible for this person? I don't understand. I was like, what are you asking me exactly? Lady, yeah, 5454. Can I ask how I can help restore the relationship between my ex and my kids? Yes, show me. Please double tap to like the video, all that good stuff. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I'm a tarot reader and intuitive coach for the last 6 years. If you're curious about my other services and want an in-depth personal reading, I do have a website and a Hipsy for other services. Go check it out. I also have a Patreon where we're building a community, and I share all my journal prompts and manifestation tips and all kinds of spiritual woohoo stuff. So if you're interested in that, that's kind of the main platform that I've been using outside of Instagram, kind of getting away from Meta. So you can add me over there, but honestly, I've been like not active. It just kind of exists now. Show me Lady Yeah 5454. Can I help restore the relationship between my ex and my kids? Or how can she help restore the relationship? I'm hearing commitment to self. Reciprocity. And what does that mean exactly? 3 of Cups in reverse, the Hanged Man. The pesky Hanged Man again. It always talks about flipping the perspective in a spiritual pause. So no matter what readers say, it is a spiritual test. So if you want to flip these, you know, I think you're seeing it though. I think you're seeing it. You're doing the work. But there's something about too much time passing and having a difficult time connecting based off what you share with each other. So say like, I'm trying to think of an example. So say your kid was into Star Wars and all of a sudden they're into Star Trek. It's like that. Like you're trying to connect on an old thing and they're like moving on. You know, they kind of shift hobbies. So I feel like there's that going on there. There's also something about someone reacting out of anger because they feel safe in your space. And, you know, flip it how you need to. Sorry, I'm still reading. Hold on. There's so much that needs to be worked out, Lady 5454. I wish you were a coaching member. And let me know if you're ever interested in coaching because it feels like it'd be like a long thing. But honestly, like right now, you guys, if you're interested in coaching, now would be like a great time to do it because of the Jupiter transit and with Venus going on in Taurus. Great time for love manifesting and manifesting luxury things and all that jazz. So the program is 6 months and you get 3 emailed readings a month. And I've just been recently experimenting with like doing the video recordings outside of the emailed readings because depending if you're more of a reader or a visual person, I don't know. But the video recording readings look kind of like this. So I kind of like walk you through the cards. What's nice is that you can re-watch the thing. So you'll always kind of have like me in your ear, the guidance, advice, and the signs that you'll see along the way. But it kind of feels like the steps that I walked through with my mentor. And she had like a different storyline as me where she lost access to her children. And she saw kind of like the road that I was going on and kind of pivoted me to where I created a different outcome. But I look back and I look at like, you know, if I did continue down without any like mentorship and coaching, like I don't think I would be where I am at today. Not in a good place, man. Not in a good place. And so there's like things going on in your reading that have something to do with like stability, family harmony, not having enough support, your friends not being the greatest friends or just not showing up for you the way that you need. I'm hearing the army that you have. So, you know, you didn't pick out the people that were around you. Now you're kind of given like a gift in a sense. I know you might not be looking at it that way, but you know, when things get cleared out of your life, but they're also saying that you haven't made the choice yet. So a lot of this has to do with commitment to self. Now, the Knight of Cups is kind of a fickle energy. So, you know, this is like, you know, scheduling a play date and not showing up. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just giving examples of what a Knight of Cups would look like. They're kind of a love bomber, to be honest. And I would say there's people in your energy that don't have your best interest at heart that's impacting your relationship with your children. And I feel for you because I feel like that was like most of my motherhood life. And I was also a young mom. So I don't know if you're a young parent or what, but I feel like generational influence is something that's being highlighted in your reading. I gave up pursuing him, but I see it getting to my kids. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like this person, they got anger issues. I don't really feel like you're not like totally the problem, just FYI. I know like we went on a rant. But I feel like it's whole environment dynamic situation. Whenever children get involved, you guys, I move a little bit slower and the reading gets a little bit more thorough. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be there for the children. 8 of Cups, 5 of Cups. I don't think he's given up on you. I think that's partially the problem. You guys have like a major trauma bond where he loops you in, makes you upset. It impacts your connection with the kids. And then it becomes a burden and a disharmony. One second. Turn you around. Oh yeah, they were wanting me to grab a page from a book, but let me grab some oracle. Okay. Release. Teamwork. Co-parenting. Community. Yeah, you definitely need more community. And I feel like, one second, anticipation, trickery, commitment. Be very, very, very careful with this person. I don't want to say narcissist, but I would say that they have narcissistic traits. Oh, there's a good book they're wanting me to highlight. It's called Splitting. Protecting yourself in court when dealing with a narcissistic or BPD person, borderline personality disorder. Maybe check that book out. It's a book that I've read a few times in my process as well. What? Okay, this one. Okay, rest. I just read this for myself the other day. Okay. Rest. Rest is the conversation between what we love to do and how we love to be. Rest is the essence of giving and receiving, an act of remembering, imaginatively and intellectually, but also psychologically and physically. To rest is to give up on the already exhausted will as the prime motivator of endeavor with its endless outward need to reward itself through established goals. To rest is to give up on worrying and fretting in the sense that there is something wrong with the world unless we are there to put it right. To rest is to fall back, literally or figuratively, from outer targets and to shift the goal not to an inner, static bull's eye, an imagined state of perfect stillness, but to an inner state of natural exchange. The template of rest is the natural exchange of the body breathing, the autonomic giving and receiving that forms the basis and the measure of life itself. We are rested when we are living exchange between what lies inside and what lies outside, when we are intriguing conversation between the potential that lies in our imagination and the possibilities for making that internal image real in the world. We are rested when we let things alone and let ourselves alone to do what we do best, breathe as the body intended us to breathe, to walk as we were meant to walk, to live with the rhythm of a house and a home, giving and taking through cooking and cleaning. When we give and take in an easy, foundational way, we are closest to the authentic self. and the closest to that authentic self when we are most rested. To rest is not self-indulgent. I'll say it again. To rest is not self-indulgent. To rest is to prepare to give the best of ourselves, and and perhaps most importantly, arrive at a place where we are able to understand what we have already been given. And the first state of rest is the sense of stopping, of giving up on what we have been doing or what we have been being. And the second is the sense of slowly coming home, the physical journey into the body's uncoerced and unbullied self, as if trying to remember the way or even the destination itself. And the third state is a sense of healing and forgiveness and of arrival. And the fourth state, deep in the primal exchange of the breath, is the give and the take, the blessing and the being blessed, and the ability to delight in both. The fifth stage is a sense of absolute readiness and presence, a delight and an anticipation of the world in all its forms, a sense of being in the meeting itself between inner and outer, and that receiving and responding occur in one spontaneous movement. Beautiful. A deep experience of rest is the template of perfection in the human imagination, a perspective from which we are able to perceive the outer specific forms of our work and our relationship while nourished by the shared foundational gift of the breath itself. From this perspective, we can be rested while putting together an elaborate meal for an arriving crowd, while climbing the highest mountain or sitting at home surrounded by the chaos of a loving family. Rested we are for the world, but not held hostage by it. Rested we care again for the right things and the right people in the right way. In rest, we reestablish the goals that make us more generous, more courageous, more of an invitation, someone we want to remember and someone others would want to remember too. I freaking love that. It makes me tear up. Man. If you're curious about this, I was actually not specifically personally recommended it by a friend, but one of my friend networks, they had a podcast, and this was one of the books that was on the podcast. And every now and then I'll just open up a page, and it's the page that Spirit wants me to read, and that's what they wanted me to read for you. And I also feel like it's a collective message as well, since we're in this Piscean energy, right? But I hope that helps you guys. That's all the questions that we're going to do today. Thank you for everyone that was respectful in the chat, and for everyone that joined in and participated. I feel like my brain channeling power is like just just dipped so low, you guys. Which usually means that I need a snack. I need to refuel, but thank you everyone for joining. Can't even talk. Until next time, bye.